Hey guys, it's really great. Thanks for coming out. It means a lot to me that we can celebrate our year anniversary over. I mean, I know it's something small going to a restaurant, especially during COVID season. But hey, let's just hang, have a few drinks, enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, it's nice to get together, and even better, we're now only a couple minutes away from our next plate of nachos.
Dude, that has to be the most hopeful and inspiring thing I think I've ever heard.
But what if I die in the next 15 minutes and never eat any nachos?
Well, I got news for you, buddy. That makes today Nacho Lucky Day.
Why am I the only one laughing?
Insert CSI Miami music.
We're gonna be split on that one. That's gonna have a split opinion, I think. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's another week, another grand day. Does anybody else have any other comments before I start the summary?
Absolutely not.
Not even a little bit.
As Maxim rises into the sky, Eneru feels like something is wrong. He hears more voices coming his way. Could it be that his prediction was wrong? Were there more who needed to face judgment after all? Enter Luffy. Eneru still thinks himself superior, of course, but quickly comes to the realization that lightning won't work, so it's a battle of fists. Back and forth the fighting goes, each fighting like they have the upper hand, until finally Luffy is thrown from the ship and all hope seems lost. Back down on Sky Island, after returning from warning the islanders of the coming doom, Konus returns to the Going Merry, only to find that no one is there. What could have happened to them? We'll never fear. Nami's knight in shining armor is on his way, and so is his trusty gadget provider. What difference will they make here? Guess we'll just have to find out next time. This is, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I love the shit out of these eps. So, fun fact, where we are right now in the story, we passed where I picked up the anime when I first picked it up from like when I remembered the 4Kid stuff. I think I officially started back when we were in like the Satori fight, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. When Eneru revealed himself as the lightning dude, and I remembered that Luffy's stupid fucking power was that he ate the dumb gum fruit and became the rubber man. I put 2 and 2 together in an instant and realized, wait a minute. Does this guy have the audacity? Does he have the sheer fucking gonads to make his stupid fucking protagonist be the hard counter to arguably one of the coolest fucking powers you can possibly have in your universe? And the answer, folks, the answer is yes.
A resounding absolutely fucking yes.
I love the shit out of 182. It is one of my fucking favorite things on the planet when Eneru, after all that he's done in his cocky nature, sees Luffy and shoots all of his blasts. It's the best. Sorry, I didn't mean to usurp the conversation.
Before we go into the fight, because that's going to be a large portion of what we're talking about, we should probably start talking about the smaller points first.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm getting giddy. I love this. I love this.
I understand. I'm with you on these fights. Just don't get me wrong. But let's start with like something simple, like the Konus warns the village.
Konus being a badass bitch. Let's go.
I thought she was going to blast people immediately.
Dude, what
she almost did.
Well, she did. Terry speaking.
Wait. Who's that?
What the fuck?
Who are you?
Hey guys, I'm back.
What the? When did you get here?
You were supposed to be dead. I'm the fat guy now. You can't take this away from me.
Pulls out a fucking rifle on her.
Pulls out a rifle?
Devin, go get your gun again.
Pulls out a flame bazooka.
I'm sorry, Justin. I can't protect you from this.
Simi, in order to be on brand, it's a burn bazooka, just so we're clear. I mean, I'm just saying.
Sir, little did you know this rifle? It's just a V6.
Okay.
All right. Glad we...
Thank you for enlightening us. We appreciate that. Thank you.
The twists and turns never stop.
No one's taking my fucking job. That's all I'm saying. All right.
We should just tell the audience at this point. Yeah. So, bad news. Jordy's no longer ever going to be with us. Simi's taking his place.
Jordy died tragically in a ladder accident.
Okay, guys, let's get this back into the conversation about Conus.
Why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense.
This is clearly getting chopped.
Is it though?
The audience needs to know.
Here's a fact for you, bitch.
We got a new fact guy. Do you have a fact to interject already? We're only on the Conus part, all right?
The part where Conus is censored.
Oh?
She's censored?
Oh, from the manga, I bet.
Yes. So, when the kid tossed the tomato, it was actually supposed to be a rock, and she was supposed to be bleeding the entire time.
That makes sense. I saw that in the anime, and I was like, this feels like ancient biblical stoning, but they just said no tomatoes.
What the hell?
Exactly. It was supposed to be stoning, they censored it.
Well, I'll be damned. That makes way too much sense, all things considered. Because, I did wonder to myself, why the fuck did they throw a goddamn tomato there?
Not so much a tomato, but like there was so much emphasis on like the tomato leaving like residue on her face afterward.
My question really about this whole scene is, why did the kid apologize?
He does. He immediately, maybe because he hit her in the face. He didn't intend to hit her in the face.
like, "Oh,
is the
I'm
only thing I
sorry."
could
It's like
think
you
of.
play dodgeball and you're like, eat shit, and you like you hit a girl in the face. You're like, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
No. If you're playing dodgeball, you take that mark to the face with honor. There's no fucking genders in dodgeball. There's just rubber.
Kind of like Luffy.
It makes a lot more sense now, though, to be honest, where like if the guy was trying to throw a rock at Conus and like he would feel bad after he sees her start to literally bleed from her skull, maybe that's kind of what was supposed to happen.
Moving on from tomatoes, Kona's being a bad bitch. So she rolls up to the village on a waiver, runs over some white berets again, and
Not some. The captain
The captain
again,
himself.
who got ran over by Nami like 10 episodes ago.
there's no way, it's a little bit more than 10.
He takes it, whatever it was. He takes the tire to the face, and then it lands on him.
That dude's never going to ride a snowboard again, but
No.
he'll be all right.
Conus hit him so hard he had a change of heart.
Yes.
But I'll be completely honest. I completely forgot about, all of this. This entire scene essentially was pretty fucking stoked from start to finish, and I completely forgot about it. She cocked the bazooka when a dude was about to fucking go for her throat, and she was like, you about to tussle?
Don't come any closer. This is a burn bazooka. I'll use it.
Back off. This is a flame bazooka. I know how to fucking use this shit.
I hate it when they do that in these kind of scenes where they clearly have a gun that racks, right? And like they always do it for emphasis of when they're about to do something. So they rack it once to show that they're there, and then later on when like they're about to show I mean it, they rack it again. And it's like, isn't there already a round and chambered? Why are you keep racking this
Yeah,
thing?
you just popped out a bullet for no reason.
No. Clearly, you need to go watch a video by my boy Gus Johnson who shows.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
God.
Please enlighten me and the audience for those who haven't seen this man.
Gus Johnson is a sketch YouTuber where he makes like literally like under 5-minute YouTube videos, and they're just bonkers. And the one that we're talking about specifically is where he's like pretending he's like a farmer or something like that with a 12 gauge, and he keeps just racking the shotgun. He's like, what are you doing? And like at the very end, he starts shooting it in like the most weird ways.
I love that stupid fucking skit.
His skits are great.
But no, I thought that Conus was like a relatively compelling character out of nowhere. Kinda.
Yeah, she actually impressed me. I was like, ooh, these quotes are spicy. I like this. Her emphasis on how she talks. Ooh, it's not some just generic bullshit Vivi shit. This is some good shit.
It's not generic bullshit, Vivi.
Moving on to actual interesting characters.
The captain?
I mean, you joke,
yeah,
but the captain hits.
Yeah, your captain slaps too.
The clapton.
Shut up.
His first name is Eric, don't you know?
Nice.
Yeah, dude, the captain comes out of left field. He starts explaining, to Conus and everything, like saying, well, I mean, we used to work for the OG god, but, we don't just go against Eneru. We knew that the best course of action to keep everybody safe was to play fucking ball. So what else were we going to do?
Hessa.
Hesso. So we get the full circle, the plot thickens, the story completes. We finally get all of the aspects of like, these innocent bystanders at becoming a slave to Eneru's reign and shit like that. All in all, a good time.
It was great. That's what I love about this. Is like these episodes, they compacted so much in so little.
Yes, agreed.
I was surprised when I got to the last episode that we watched because I was like, wait, that's all we're watching?
Yeah.
Because they put in so much shit that in like other seasons would have been like, all right, in 12 episodes, the hit will finally connect.
And I ain't gonna lie, One Piece is one of those shows a lot of the time.
That whole like Conus talking to the islanders and stuff, like that's basically all of 182. Like there's a few interludes of like Luffy getting to where Eneru is and Eneru on the ship, but like that episode is like 95% Conus and the village. So the fact that like it still feels rather compelling, even though it takes up an entirety of an episode, is like this is good. I like this. You get a lot of backstory to the white berets, and they even drop that little tidbit from the captain about how Eneru not only is born in the Sky Islands, but absolutely annihilated his home island.
Wasn't it named like a Barafu or something like that?
It was like
you're
Bel-
kind of close.
It started with a B, wasn't it? Like Belkin
yes.
or Blukin?
Bilka.
We have two
Bilka.
fact checkers now. Simi, what was the name?
Excuse you? I literally just said the name of the island.
Simi, what was the island's name?
I let him do it. He has to prove himself.
That's because you don't know it. Shut the fuck up. All right. The island's name was Bilka. It is to the southeast of where they're currently situated. All right.
Oh, damn! You know the exact direction.
Well, it's not there anymore. It's gone.
Oh, right.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, it was there. Now he's completely annihilated its entire existence. For what reason? Who knows? But
He wanted to restart a new life, you know.
Eneru was gifted his lightning fruit from the snake of the tree or whatever. And he became a lightning man and destroyed everything.
I feel like you're trying to quote Genesis at us, and you're
what are you
failing.
on about?
I think that the one that slapped for me personally, there was that one poor old schmuck.
His name is Gurudin, by the way.
That devout dude who was just like, but wait a minute, he is God. He does get to decide many a thing. And if I want to choose to continue to follow him in my faith, then golly, maybe it is my time to die. And I'm just like, oh, bro, don't do this. You can't do this. Move on. He's not worth it. He's not a god. He's just a dickhead with a power.
He's just a dickhead who ate an apple.
What I will say is it was scary, but also I get it. As like the understanding of like someone has like this like pillar of belief or something that's just like really ingrained and like manifests itself in all sorts of ways in their own life, or that's how they see it, and then that thing starts to like crumble, and that's like a whole existential like turmoil that someone can't process in like a couple of minutes.
Well, it's a very human reaction.
Yeah.
And that was essentially all that happened in the front half of 182. We get some pretty fantastic scenes with Conus, some pretty fantastic scenes with the town people, extremely humanizing. And the Shandorians and all of them are going to try to escape, get as close to Cloud End as possible. Now, moving on to my favorite part.
The juicy bits. I was thoroughly surprised how quickly they like revealed that and went into the fight. But at the same time, I'm really glad that they did it that way, so they didn't waste a whole fucking episode of us just watching him dodge.
I'm really glad they did it this way because it's fucking hilarious. And Luffy delivers a line in that moment too, because Luffy is also clearly realizing that this is having exactly zero effect on him, and he goes, "Stop fooling around and fight me." and he punches him and like away, and then Eneru like stumbles back, and the anime does this so goddamn well. I loved every goddamn second of this. They do like this like 15-second turnaround of Eneru's like different facial features, like his ears, his mouth, his nose is like dripping, and he has the absolute most dumbfounded look on his face. When I tell you, I busted. I was crying. This made every single thing up to this point worth the arc.
Tell me about it, dude.
I just love the look of his face, like just like seeing like the still of his frame, just like mom, the cheat codes aren't working anymore. Infinite life isn't working anymore. Unlimited ammo's not working anymore.
Eneru has big chotomate energy here.
Stay calm. Physical attack still can't affect my body. He's just a helpless monkey from the Blue Sea world.
And then Luffy comes in with another gut punch, because we're still operating under the same instance of like Luffy put water on his hands, so now he can punch crocodile thing because sure.
Which was kind of interesting to see also later on in the fight where Eneru teleports again after like getting really close to being hit. But like I kind of took that justification as like it's because he dodged it before the contact was made.
He can teleport, yes. But like when Luffy just put water on his hands and suddenly he can punch crocodile, it makes zero sense as to why he can't still just like phase the fist through him because he hasn't come into contact with the thing yet.
So I was doing some reading on some One Piece stuff unrelated to this. I was recently reminded that while Logias can phase through attacks and whatnot, it's not automatic. They have to do it consciously. So that was brought to my attention. I was wondering, okay, so is Luffy landing hits because rubber better than lightning, or is it because Eneru is just in so much shock that he's not intentionally phasing through attacks? That's what I wanted to know.
Okay, but all right, we can allow that for this initial like Eneru's just discovered his power, don't work.
But the rest of the fight,
but then throughout the fight, he still doesn't use that feature. And Crocodile did the same thing. Crocodile didn't use that feature anymore either when Luffy wasn't wet anymore. I mean, we threw the water on Crocodile later, but we didn't cover Eneru in rubber. Like,
I'm not gonna say that it is scientifically sound, but I think what matters here is when we see that Eneru's lightning does not affect Luffy. The point is that Luffy is literally Eneru's hard counter, and all of his lightning tricks is out the door. He cannot escape Luffy through turning into lightning other than teleportation. He cannot, let the attacks go through him like with the bullets or with the spear. He can be hit by Luffy innately just because he is rubber. I think that's kind of the point here. I'm not saying that is scientifically sound.
I don't need it to be scientifically sound. I need it to make sense within the universe we're in. And in my brain, that doesn't make any sense. But all right. So we get this fight. The fight keeps going, and we learn that not only can Eneru do all of these lightning-based things, all of the associations with lightning-based things come with it, like generating immense amounts of heat. So and also for some reason gold bending.
Yeah, the gold bending's really whack, isn't it?
That's a real stretch on like, I guess,
abilities,
electromagnetism and superheating.
I don't know, man. Makes sense to me. Lightning can be really high. It can melt gold in my brain.
Yes, but like for him to then also be able to just like mold it in like seconds to whatever he wants is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, the technicality of it is a little of a stretch.
I'm not too. It's just funny to me. I'm not hanging my hat on this for more than 2 seconds. I'm just mentioning it here because
we are here.
Because we're here, and so it's all supplies to give Eneru more ways to hurt Luffy again. Anyway,
okay, since now we're here at the fight, I want to touch back on something. Devin, I don't know when you said this, but it was relatively recently. You jokingly, offhandedly said, "Oh, Luffy's gonna do something stupid like gum stupid or something like that."
Okay, time. Hold on. I threw that one in there because I knew better.
Damn. I swore it was Devin. And I was
a
like,
teaser.
you have no idea how right you are.
I wanna show the team how the sausage gets made here. Devin said something that triggered me or just like enlightened me, and I was like, yeah, Luffy's gonna get a brand new move. He'll call it the Gum Gum Stupid. And here we are.
And then he did with the Gum Gum Airhead.
Yeah, he calls it the Baka in Japanese. He called it the days in the dub. You can translate it into a few different things depending on context or whatever, but I think they chose to use days in the dub. Regardless, Luffy turns his brain off and he dodges Eneru's attacks for a hot second when he's like trying to stab him. And then he comes out of it and goes like, but if I do this, then I can't punch him.
And now he's like, you just thought of this?
Luffy realizes how powerful he can be.
Luffy realizes he can't use Ultra Instinct, my guy.
Oh, he does that too. They give him that like he's gonna go Super Saiyan moment just before that. He gets like really buff and his hair spikes up like he's going Super Saiyan. And then he goes airhead mode. And he flops.
Then he turns into an airhead, turns into a octopus for whatever reason. He could have just
noodle arms.
He could have just done the Gum Gum Gatling at the wall like he would otherwise have done normally, but for whatever reason he decided that he wanted to make his limbs extra noodly for the attack.
So he had to go with the Gum Gum Octopus fireworks instead.
Hold on. So going back to the Gum Gum Gatling, I love the scene where Eneru catches both hands
too.
and goes like, it's not like you're actually metamorphosizing like actual new hands. These are just, you only have two of them. He just fucking bodies him.
Yeah.
The final hit where he gets his last big fucking bazooka at the end, I don't know, dude. I remember seeing the Gum Gum bazooka hit him, and there's just something about Eneru in that frame where he just like suddenly turns super gorilla looking and like about ready to like puke his own fucking spleen that I just absolutely slaps to me.
They always do the bazooka right.
It's a bazooka. You gotta feel like mega impact on that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's his general finisher.
It's either going to literally Team Rocket them or be an absolutely monumental attack that looks fucking sweet. There is no in between. They either get Team Rocketed or it looks sweet. Period.
Well, to be fair, he's done a few bazookas where they just like laugh it off.
I guess that's fair. That probably has
on Crocodile. He's done bazookas on Crocodile where before like
listen, all right, Crocodile's a fucking Logia type. All right, he doesn't count.
What
Logias
are you
broken.
talking about? We're fighting one right now.
Get under the table.
They are busted though, to be fair. In fact, I just want to repeat that. I can't repeat this enough. Just so we're clear, Eneru was essentially the strongest potential fucking person that we could ever fathom in this stupid fucking universe.
Yeah.
And why could Luffy win? Because he's his hard counter. The only reason he had a bad day was because Luffy came up. Imagine if he didn't show up, dude. Imagine if they didn't go to Sky High.
Imagine if they try to make that trip like a day or two later.
Luffy also kind of like he tries to tamper Eneru's expectations in this moment also though by going like you say that you're a god and that you're unstoppable, but you haven't seen what I've seen down on the blue sea. Like there's a lot of dudes down there that could probably ruin your ass. Even though you've got this invincible Logia type.
I could think of a few.
I actually have a quick question. How would in this scenario, how would Mihawk defeat Eneru?
The unfortunate truth is that you have three people in this cast who could tell you exactly how.
With what we know.
By slashing him. That's it.
By slashing him, yes. That's the best answer we could give.
I would like to face you toward our legal department. We are not allowed to answer that question
yet.
So the only other major point that happened during Luffy and Eneru, other than all the gags and some of the sweet frames, was Eneru eventually wins, quote unquote wins. I'm gonna say Luffy won round 1, and then Eneru cheated in round 2. That's what I call it. All right, that's what happened here.
There were separate rounds there.
Yeah, you didn't hear the bell. What I'm really curious about, though, when we see the ship, we see a scene where there's like a bunch of like water tanks. Where the fuck did they get the glass from?
Yeah, I probably made it.
There's no sand.
I'm sure they can figure out how to make sand
also,
from the dirt.
It's part of an island. Islands tend to have along the coast or sand.
We've seen the coast. It's nothing but rock.
Yeah,
Which I bet they could turn to sand.
That's not how sand works.
It's exactly how sand works.
I got news for you, Devin. At their core, sand is just very, 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 very small rock.
Big facts.
Moving on. So yes, the Arc Maxim. The Arc Maxim has some canisters with some water in them that make a storm cloud, and then Eneru uses the storm clouds, throws a little bit of lightning in them. Bada bing, bada boom. You got your own makeshift nuke.
I just want to point out, and maybe I'm alone on this, but like his whole Arc Maxim make thunderclouds to like facilitate my moves is the most dickhead thing I feel like a villain has done so far.
You mean genius?
This is
Are
ingenuity.
we just going to gloss over everything Crocodile did to an entire country twice the size?
No, I think the point here is that Eneru, being the clever son of a bitch that he is, chooses to make a weapon for the strict purpose of amplifying his already broken as shit skill set, so to speak.
But we're gonna ignore the fact that Crocodile literally just made a tornado of sand and it was just like yeet, and it went across the country and annihilated everything.
I'm not going to downplay that. I don't mean to.
Personally, there is just something that angers me more, knowing that Eneru is like got this really cool power, a really like OP power, and that he's already like fairly intelligent compared to everyone surrounding him, like in terms of like the Skypians and whatnot, and then he just like flexes even harder. He's like, yo, you know what's even better? I could just make thunderclouds and just like give myself more AoE damage or like minimal effort or whatever. And I'm like,
I don't get this. Crocodile said, I have sand powers. I'm going to go take over the desert country.
Right?
God damn.
What I find also interesting about the arc itself is how it breaks all rules of helicopters. Like blades not being virtually indestructible.
No, that ship has no fucking business being in the air. Like, let's be real. I don't care how much electricity Eneru put into that thing. Fuck you. That nonsense.
Blades will break if you hit it against something while it's rotating. It's just physics.
I mean, majority of the propellers aren't even facing the right direction for the way that it moves anyway. So,
okay, what if he just put that for aesthetics? He's actually lifting him with the lightning.
You mean like the oars?
Well, the oars are for when he gets down to the endless verth and he has to be in the ocean.
Yeah.
But why would he go in the ocean if he could fly?
Because he doesn't want to.
He's got to take breaks sometimes.
That's being powered by him. Eventually, he's gonna get tired, right? Like, eventually, just run out of
We're
juice.
talking about literal electricity.
Yeah, but it's not.
How exhausting do you think it is for him to use the lightning?
He sends all of the electrons from the ship outward so that everything else around it is negatively charged and the ship is positively charged.
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
Let's imagine the ship itself is an atom, like the nucleus, like protons, neutrons, all that good stuff centered, right?
God.
Everything around it is electrons. What Eneru is doing is that he's creating different concentrations of electrons. So like one side is more negatively charged, and in relation to that, the other side of the ship is relatively more positive. So he's created a dipole interaction, and that's how he's known as
I'm going to
moving.
stop you there. You need to stop. I'm done with the science. We don't need this. This is all getting cut.
I like what we're doing tonight, but you guys are just talking about nonsense.
You're going to tell
There's
me
too much.
physics and chemistry is nonsense? Fucking heathens?
Nonsense here in One Piece.
Absolute heathens.
All right, we learned about the Arc Maxim. Other than that, between these goons, Mantra's still fucking broken. We knew it was going to be broken. Oh, we kind of glossed over it. We also got a little bit of increased understanding about how Eneru's mantra works specifically. Other people can kind of like sense with their mantra, but he specifically can use his like crazy lightning nonsense to hear entire conversations from miles away.
This is what brings me to even more curiosity about what exactly Isa is, because she has clearly no like classical training in whatever mantra is. She just could do it it's
just the fucking Force.
From when she
stole it from Star Wars.
I mean, basically, is what it feels like at this point.
Basically, the Force. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Midichlorians are in her blood that only Skypians can get. Fucking.
So after the fight, Eneru, using one of his already stupid fucking powers, throughout the fight, he started to realize that Luffy is immune to the lightning, and figured out that he's got a massive weakness to piercing damage, which Luffy literally told him, yes, I am weak to piercing damage. And
Stabby stab, hurt. What I liked about that scene is how he executed with the dialogue, which is, oh, here's your reward for having such a good fight with me. I'm gonna pay you to fuck off.
Go pawn that off somewhere in the blue sea.
He is like, you know what? I just realized I don't need to fight you. I can just send you away.
So, fun fact: Eneru does not even know what rubber is. By the way,
they do mention that. The Nami goes, "Oh right, Skypeans probably don't know about rubber because that doesn't exist up here."
So Luffy was fucking yeeted off the ship after that little hiccup, and then we got to cut over to everyone's favorite dynamic duo.
In that entire sequence of events of the dynamic duo, my favorite part has to be the melody detector. The Nami detector. We're literally just scanning. That bit alone just made me lose my fucking mind.
That dude has like times 100 telescopic vision exclusively for Nami in distress.
For all the listeners that don't really know what we're referring to, so when Sanji and Usopp first wake up, Sanji immediately takes a step outside to have a drag or some shit like that, and for whatever reason, the anime turns him into a Terminator or a Predator or whoever the fuck, and suddenly it turns his eyes into like a targeting sequence,
like Chopper's scope.
It's like those scenes in like CSI movies where they're just like enhance.
Meanwhile, my favorite bit was when they were running through the forest, and then Sanji was like, "You still got that stupid belt thingy that shoots out of your waist, right?" And he's like, "You mean my Usopp, my Usopp?" Still fucking love that stupid joke, dude.
Real quick, before they officially wake up, we know that sleep talking is like a thing in the real world. Fucking Sanji was like sleep simping in his dreams.
Dude, he was sleep simping, he was sleep smoking, he was sleep. That dude's a hazard.
Yeah. I didn't write the whole thing down, but believe you me, whatever the fuck that dude was spouting when he was in his own little dreamland was a fever dream and a half.
Don't wake me. Let us stay trapped in this passionate utopia for all eternity. Nami.
You smell nice.
Fucking goon, I swear to God. So Usopp and Sanji are heading up to the ship to go help out Nami, and then Nami for a hot second kind of had like a minute or two of shine time. I mean, she did that whole friends is magic speech, but more importantly, I totally vibe with where the character things with Nami are, where she was talking about, she didn't sell out. At one point she was like, you can fucking have all this gold, you can have all of this. What is the fucking point if I can't even experience an adventure like this with the people I care about?
Why you out here saying my quote for?
Oh, okay. Simi, up until about an hour ago, I didn't realize you were even a part of this today. All right? So I already called dibs on this.
Anyways, no, all the Nami scenes are actually pretty interesting. Like my favorite Nami scene throughout this whole it was like a throwback almost like the Arlong arc where Luffy throws the hat because apparently hats are made of lead, and she catches it, it lands on her head like slam dunk, like Kobe noises.
Nah, he's just a master at it.
What's that?
He's just a master cornhole player.
Nice.
But it's just that all the scenes where she's just like I don't know, she carried them in my opinion. Just those little scenes that she had.
Well, you're almost on one of my quotes for the week, but if you're not going to go all in, then we'll just save it for later.
I don't know what quote you're
Devin
talking
did
about.
touch on something that I think is really important. This could literally mean nothing, but it means something to me. Nami is holding the hat again. Last time she did that was when Luffy gave it to her to hold on to when he go kick Arlong's ass. I don't know. Maybe this means nothing. Maybe this means something, but it stood out to me.
That clearly means something. Come on.
What do you want it to mean?
I don't know.
It's just that he has faith and trust in the people on his crew to fucking hold his treasure, dude.
But it's only ever been Nami.
You say that, but no. Zoro's had his hands on that hat before, all right?
Because
come on.
everybody else is fighting. Everyone else is a consistent fighter and is usually fighting at that moment or has been knocked out from a fight. Nami's the only one who was ever just like chilling there because nothing happened to her or she ran. Like,
unfortunately, you're the only one left. I don't have anyone to go to turn to.
It's also like it's also just like it's way cuter like for fan service.
It do be cute,
to throw it to Nami. Like nobody's gonna care. Like Zoro's gonna swap it out of the sky and go like, "What are you throwing this at me for?" Sanji would just like let it hit the ground.
I feel like Chopper would hold it.
Chopper might hold it.
Oh, Chopper would rock the shit out of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Chopper would wear it.
The hat on the hat. Oh, he could vibe. He could absolutely
he
vibe.
puts it on one of the antlers and becomes an actual Korak.
He just becomes a Korak. Absolute coon.
Usopp would fumble it, maybe catch it out of the air finally after a few seconds.
Sanji would just
Sanji lets it fall on the ground. No, yeah, Sanji lets it fall on the ground. Absolutely.
He let it fall on the ground and then pick it up. Maybe Ash a sig on it or something.
Ooh, that might be fighting words. I don't know about that one.
Okay, I might be overstepping.
Would Nico Robin catch the hat though?
Oh yeah, no, she's already had her hands on the hat before. Remember?
Yeah. She'd catch it with one of her hand extensions, though.
That doesn't count. There's too much separation there. I need close, intimate contact with her real arms.
Anyway, so Conus finally stumbles on the ship that has a distinct lack of two knocked out, bandaged goons.
Oh, I can't. Yes. I almost forgot about this scene.
And Sue enacts out everything.
My God.
And they
so
put the
good. It's so cute.
It's hilariously cute. And they put the translations for what Sue is thinking / speaking, quote unquote, as if we had Chopper here to translate. And Conus nails it completely. Like Sue is sitting there like,
Sanji woke up, and then he woke up Usopp, and they both ran and jumped up to the ship. You're sure?
Like, Lassie fell down the well and then went to go get Nami up in the sky. What?
Orf.
That was a great scene. So good.
It's a great way to just like kind of cap out all like the seriousness that we've been engaging in the last few eps.
Is that mostly it? Did we
I
cover
have
all the
one
major topics?
fact.
Oh,
in honor of the inevitably doomed Skypiea, according to it's like an official One Piece encyclopedia kind of thing called Ruru One Piece. It's a book that covers about like the locations in One Piece and like yada yada yada. Point is, the fact is, Skypiea is apparently inspired by Guatemala.
No, I mean that explains Shandorians if you look at their architecture and stuff. I feel that.
Yeah,
that is.
I suppose it makes sense.
I suddenly want to visit Guatemala now.
Okay,
trying to figure out where Guatemala is. I'm kind of dumb.
It's South America.
I think it's actually technically central, but anyway.
So, next week is what is next week? I don't even know.
It is 185 to 187.
All right. Moving on to quotes. So, who wants to go first on quotes? What do we got?
So, my first quote comes from Conus, which is, I do not accept Eneru as God, as she just stands there waiting to get buzzed, but then nothing happens.
Hear me! I refuse to accept that Eneru is God!
Then, following up with that, Luffy goes, what makes you God? and then my final quote.
You sail with the crew of the future king of the pirates. So wipe that frown off, all right?
When Nami's like freaking the fuck out when he's fighting Eneru.
It's kind of badass. I got two. The first one's from Conus when she's addressing the village. Above all else, we have always known he, Eneru, has the power to bring us despair. I really like that one. I want to vibe with. And the other one was from Eneru talking to Luffy. Life and Earth belong to me. Now I will take your life as well. That one just hit real good.
Okay, so as Sanji was climbing up the
God of the White Sea or not, if he lays a finger on Nami, I'll be his personal Blue Sea nightmare. Nami's one!
You took my one remaining quote that really hasn't been said yet this cast.
Yo, you're fucked.
You could always feel free to have the floor to like repeat any of these.
Oh, I'm gonna. But yeah. So Simi took my favorite one. But I also wrote down when Eneru grabs Luffy's two hands while he's using Gum Gum Gatling. Go, it's not like your arms are multiplied or anything, Baka.
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 And then when Luffy is addressing how Eneru keeps saying he's the strongest, he's unbeatable, he goes, there are more monstrous guys in the ocean below than you can ever even imagine.
Yo, Brent, do you think of anybody?
Stop that. Shame on you, both of you.
I can think of anybody with a sea prism stone. Like it doesn't even need to be this complicated. You almost lost a wiper.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It does not need to be that complicated. But I'm gonna go ahead and interject here. Even though I kind of already said it, I'm gonna repeat it. I love this stupid joke where Eneru goes, slashing effects are your weakness. And then Luffy just casually goes, yeah, that's it.
Okay, that right there, where Nami like yells at him, I'm just here like, Eneru already knew. Whether Luffy confirmed or not means absolutely nothing. Why are we yelling at Luffy?
Speaking of Eneru already knowing, quick little tidbit. I'm actually surprised at how much he knows about the devil fruit, even though he's never been to the Blue Sea. Like how, like, even up here, where more modern things are known, like the more obscure one he already knows.
Well, that's what I've been saying this too. Like this entire arc, like somehow we're getting more devil fruit knowledge out of these random sky goons than anybody we've met on the Blue Sea, because even the Shandorians have this like immense knowledge about different types of devil fruits. And clearly somebody was hiding a sea prism stone somewhere in that village to give to Wiper just in case of emergencies. Like they broke the glass and they went, someone with a devil's fruit finally showed up. We need this now.
I wanna interject though, and my only argument for that, and I actually do believe this wholeheartedly, that this is honestly organic for the story, because you realize that the further we get in the Grand Line, now we're going to be in new environments that are predominantly going to be wackier, that would stand to know more about the wacky shit and would probably phase out the trivial nonsense that they don't give a shit about. Like, as we gain new knowledge, we will eventually purge old knowledge in their own universe because of how isolation and, set pieces work. I actually kind of vibe with that as a storytelling perspective.
I feel like that doesn't work, though, for the sense of, like, for example, what's it called? Gold.
Sure.
They don't know what gold is, but people from the Blue Sea come up here looking for treasure, i.e., gold.
I don't think anyone ever came up there specifically to look for gold. They
would have had gold on them.
Well, sure. Like, there probably a lot of people from the Blue Sea, like, might have gold here and there or whatever. But, and it comes back to, like, value to the Sky Island people. Like, do they see value in gold? When did we decide that gold is one of the most valuable fucking ores on the planet, by the way? While we're on that topic. When did that just magically become a thing?
You're talking about in real life or in
right.
One
I mean,
Piece?
like in real life, like who assigns value to stuff? Cultures do. Like a culture in the sky who's never traded gold for any particular good or has never really recognized it as having any true value would be like, fuck that shit. We don't need it. We purge that shit from our knowledge. We don't give a fuck.
Is Skypiea supposed to be the Americas?
It's there are definite parallels, like with a lot of different things that are happening in this arc and representations in this arc.
Yeah, I guess my overall point is that I actually find it almost refreshing that as the further they get into the wackiness of this universe, they'll start to come across more and more characters who already are privy to the craziest knowledge in the world and may not know anything about fucking Alabasta. We will eventually get to a point where no one's ever fucking heard of Alabasta. It is what it fucking is. Because that's just one country in the middle of the Grand Line. There's going to be other things to explore, new things to discover. I can appreciate.
At a certain point, somebody's not going to know about Skypiea too, my guy.
Most people don't know about Skypiea.
Literally, people are saying Skypiea doesn't exist right below it.
And then we will get further in the Grand Line, and other people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, I've been to like a million Sky Islands." It's gonna happen.
That's what I'm figuring. There, it's like you're going to get farther than the Grand Line. People are like, Skypiea. I was there like 3 years ago.
I was there like yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was there just 2 days ago. I was like, wait a second, we're like 1,000 miles away.
Exactly.
All right, what were we doing? We were on quotes. All right.
Yeah, it's your turn, I think.
Well, did you finish up your quotes?
No, not at all, actually. This Devin actually kind of started going on it when Nami is kind of freaking out. She's even like kind of yelling at Luffy, like, "I'm really scared, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. This is terrifying." And then Luffy, removes the head. He does the thing. Guys.
We said this.
That's
we said this already.
What? You didn't say that.
He said this. He said the subversion of it, which is you're friends with the future king of the pirates.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you
that's
actually.
That's the subversion of it. That is.
All right, all right, fine. Dylan, cut that. Eneru asks Luffy, because he's inquisitive at that point, he was like, "Yo, wait a minute. Did you say the king?"
King of the pirates? And what domain does he lord over?
He's the king of the seas, the greatest king of all!
The greatest king of all. I was like, oh, what's a man to a king? What's a king to a god?
Right.
What's a god to a non-believer?
What's a god to a non-believer?
Fucking everyone throwing your anime music videos here, dude.
No. Don't do that.
I had one more. Oh no, I already covered it earlier. It was just the I honestly don't think I could take another hit from you when Eneru was like, "I'm just gonna like, you're out." You're out.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thanks for coming to the boat yacht party.
Game's
Bye.
over.
Cops are here. You got to go.
Cops are here.
So how'd you guys like the new ending?
Dude, I was gonna mention it, but I mean, I also
was there a new ED?
Really get a chance to mention it. What the fuck? That was fire.
I know, right?
Did not watch it.
But okay, so we got a new ED back in 180. What?
Yeah,
2 or whatever.
182.
Dude,
I didn't even notice.
fucking mwah! It wonderful. Loved every bit of it. I completely forgot its existence.
Yeah.
I want to say,
let me know when there's coming up, so I know to listen
dude,
to
I
it.
forgot. Like, I didn't even know it was coming up. Honestly, Jordy and I talked about this in the spoiler cast. I know you guys didn't listen to it, but we talked about like our favorite, OPs and EDs, like, for like the whole series. And I told him, I was like, honestly, I only remember the EDs we've come across so far. I remembered like one more, which we already passed by now, and this one kind of slaps, and I completely forgot its existence. Mwah.
Excuse me as I go listen to this ED right now.
Right?
Chef's kiss. Chef's
Same.
kiss, my dude. It hits that childhood spirituality, you know what I'm saying? Moving on to the Golden Ham. All right, I gotta be honest, I'm torn between one of honestly kind of 4 people here. I think mostly
4.
3, but kind
Jesus.
of 4.
My throw-in was going to be Conus.
That's on my list.
I could feel a conus.
My 4th one is Sue.
Stop. You got to stop with the joke, Golden Hams, bro.
What joke? I was gonna vote for the arc though. Shifty eyes.
You say I'm joking, but I'm serious. I'm definitely down to give Sue a golden ham.
In another set of episodes, maybe.
I feel like it's really down between Luffy and Eneru, but maybe I could be swayed.
I don't know, man. I just like Eneru does things in these episodes that are cool, but like I don't know.
It's not ham worthy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know that this time around I necessarily would consider it Golden Ham worthy.
I want to interject. I'm kind of in on my Nami train right now. Hear me out.
Oh.
The Kona stuff was bad the fuck ass, and she was the queen of 182. Luffy and Eneru fight was great. But my heart is sold on the idea that Nami absolutely deserves to be the most prevalent character that provided the most joy for these 3 episodes. That is my current position.
Like sure, she dropped a banger of a quote, but it's not actions mean more than just a
Sure.
quote, in my
Okay, that
opinion.
is fair. Her actions.
So like, that's
were
why
not a
like
whole
I'm still
lot
on the
here.
Conus train, because Conus, not only her actions, her dialogue, her just getting the town motivated to fucking leave after proving to them that, hey, look, God doesn't give a shit about you. Like everything about that was that intense to me. And not a lot there for me. It was just the same stuff from last episode and the more reactions and cool fights.
I would say that Eneru is lowest on my ladder, but he's on the ladder.
Eneru was more of just flashy abilities. Luffy was just being a protagonist.
Conus is the one that did something.
I would say that my number 2 would be Conus.
I think I'm swayed to Devin's side here. I mean, I was ready. I think my brain defaulted to like, oh, Eneru and Luffy because they get the most screen time. But I think he sold me on like, Conus kind of had like the most impact when you really consider everything that happened.
I vibe with that. I feel that.
I mean, I don't want to downplay even the screen time part, because as I mentioned earlier, basically the entirety of 182 is Conus in the village. That's a third of what we watched here, dedicated to a whole side character and her plot. So I came in here fully expecting like after having watched the episodes to either be between like Luffy and Conus. Nami is a valiant effort, but I definitely vibe more with the way Conus held herself in these episodes, especially when you compare her to what she did at the beginning of the arc going forward up to this point. Like, this is a completely different character, especially after like having just allegedly watched Paglia die, her father.
Allegedly. I like how you use that word.
There's a big allegedly. We didn't talk about it last time. We just kind of went like, yeah, he's dead. And then after the cast, I went, is he though? Like, in my head, I went, is he really dead?
Speaking of allegedly dead, the whole Straw Hat crew.
No, yeah, it's funny too. Yeah, you mentioned that specific thing because Eneru, like, after Nami goes and says all of that stuff about friendship and how she doesn't want to live without them, Eneru goes, basically, so you've chosen death. And I couldn't help but think, like, did she though? Have you really killed anybody up to this point, Eneru? Like, I'm sure at some point we're gonna zoom out from all of this and have a giant party, and like Kamakiri's gonna be there, Loki's gonna be there,
all the Shandorians, all the Divine Squad are gonna be like, hey. There's only one confirmed death here in this entire arc, and that's the dude that Nico Robin fucking hung.
Oh yeah, he's definitely
the only
dead.
one that we will agree has absolutely died.
Yeah. No, he is the biggest dead. Anybody that got hit by lightning by Eneru, probably not dead.
Robin fucking gets a hold of you. Oh, big dead. Guaranteed big dead.
Absolutely. So anyway, that makes Conus the winner then, I think.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a totally fair compromise. I'm happy to see Conus get the respect she deserves for being the one-off character for the arc. We're about it. We love to see it.
All right. Well, that only leaves one last thing to do.
Haikyuu!
It's poetry time.
I
hate it.
Goddamn slam poetry, dude. Why do we got to do this all the time?
What is this all the time? We do it like every 5-6 weeks, like with every grab bag.
I really dislike haiku. Because I have to use my brain to come up with something creative. Well, here comes Lasso the Gun Dog.
Don't you stop that. That's a masterpiece of writing.
All right, well, I guess while everyone's going, I'll start off with mine, if I could just find my notes. Luffy got the boot. The white berets clear the town. Welcome to Sparta.
That gold thing really hit you that hard with the Sparta, huh?
Yeah, but like it's like such a like if you just take the scene from what was it, 300? Yeah, from that movie, and just made it really soft and kid friendly. So instead of like, it was yeah.
Sure, buddy.
I'll go next. Devin still hates these. Sanji and God have returned. Eneru face.
Can I just copy that?
No. Absolutely not. It's mine.
You got to stop using these Devin lines in yours too. God, you guys are such bitches.
Hey man, I'm just playing to the audience, all right?
Stop it. I'll play to the audience.
Oh God.
She can't have gone far.
Oh no.
I know how I can find her.
Oh no.
Melorine vision.
Melorine vision? Am I missing a meme? What anime am I in? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Fucking moron.
MC Eneru throwing that flaming hot gold. Oh shit, run Luffy.
All right, I like that. Had some flair to it.
I like how it ended with
run.
"Oh shit, run Luffy." All right, Devin, how are we doing, bud?
I got 2 lines. I'm thinking about my last one.
You got this. Once upon a time, when I was a young lad, I
was a young sim.
When
My
I
father
was a young sim,
took me to
My
the comic
father
store.
took me into the theater to speak some slam poetry.
Yo,
Sorry.
Dylan, don't cut that. Keep that.
Wow, Dylan might still be on vacation. We might have Stan on the case here.
Yeah, shout out to Stan for helping us out last week. Also, while we're on the topic of editing, if anyone caught the first edition of our podcast last week, like I did, you're cool.
Wait, there actually was a first and a second edition?
The first edition.
The first edition has 100% more simmy. I find it funny that Stan is editing for us when Eminem is our bad guy.
Nice.
Keck.
All right, so my haiku. Isa rode the horse. May the mantra be with you. Luffy throw them hands.
Nice.
If only we could have another line in there and be like, then Eneru caught them.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that Eneru is the first villain we've seen so far where Luffy says, yo, catch these hands.
And then he does.
All right. Is that it? Did we get there?
I think we did it.
We did it.
We did it. We did it.
Congratulations.
Like we say every week, follow us on Twitter at Panda Sightings, where we get yelled at for people living in Virginia.
New memes. New memes.
Yep, I love them. Go on. We also do stuff on Instagram, also at Panda Sightings. If you have any questions for us, feel free to email us at pandasightings@gmail.com.
Everyone have a great night.
Simi, did we miss a panda man?
In this episode, no.
I was fucking looking.
I was looking because we were back in the big crowds and just needed to make sure.
I forgot to look.
Oh, we're done. We're done. My bad. We're done.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente con una pasión.